Plastic is under attack around the world as people have finally woken up to the damage that improperly disposed of plastic is causing. We have all seen the horrible video of that poor turtle with a straw up its nose or the seahorse gripping onto a cotton bud. It's pretty horrendous. So people are responding with new technologies and in particular bioplastics. Now, it is important to note that all plastic isn't bad. It is incredibly useful, life-saving stuff that in some ways is more environmentally friendly than other materials like glass or metal. But the way we dispose of plastic is problematic. We need to switch from a linear use system where we go from making virgin plastic, using it just once or twice and then sending it to the landfill, or worse, to our oceans, to a cyclic one. Instead of making virgin plastic, which is actually usually cheaper than recycled, we need to capture the plastic waste when we are done with it and turn it into new stuff. Although preferably not clothing, as washing clothing has actually released billions of microplastic fibres into our waterways every day. And where we don't need plastic at all, we should drop it, like solid shampoos and conditioners, for example. But there is a whole bunch of reasons that recycling infrastructure and systems around the world are well below what we need, and I won't go into that here. But instead, I'm going to talk about bioplastics and whether they are the solution. Bioplastics are plastics that are made from a biological starting material like hemp, corn, or sugarcane. But to back up a step, what is plastic? Plastic is a catch-all term for a large group of materials. It's a synthetic material made from a wide range of organic polymers such as polyethylene, PVC, nylon, which can be moulded into shape while soft, and then it sets in a rigid or slightly elastic form. And to be clear, when I say organic polymers, I don't mean like organic farming. Organic polymers simply means carbon-containing compounds. Naturally, when people see bioplastics, they assume they are biodegradable, that they break down in the environment. But this isn't necessarily true, and it is in fact quite rare. There are many different types of plastic out there, and a fair few of them can easily be made from plant-based feedstocks rather than fossil fuels. Plastics are created by linking many molecules of compounds like ethylene together into long chains called polymers, which is why it's called polyethylene. The individual ethylene molecule is called a monomer. In bioplastics, these monomers are derived from the sugars in plants. But regardless of the initial feed material, these bioplastics have exactly the same chemical makeup as a fossil fuel-derived plastic. This is because the starting products are broken down into their component parts, molecules comprised of atoms like hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Polyethylene, made from natural gas, is made up of exactly the same monomers as polyethylene made from sugarcane. Neither of them are biodegradable. Hemp plastic is the one a lot of people champion as the saviour to our plastic crisis. Hemp plastic doesn't have the same qualities as other plastics, so it is entirely unsuitable for most applications. It would take an enormous amount of land to grow all that we needed to create the amount of plastic that we currently use, and biodiversity would take a massive hit as we would need enormous monocultures of plastic feedstocks. The solution is not to create more plastic, it's to reuse and recycle what we already have. Making more virgin plastic isn't helpful regardless of the starting source. In short, bioplastic does not stand for biodegradable. It's just another way of making the same thing. If you are looking for genuinely compostable options, you need to look for certifications on the packaging.